Whether you think Rian Johnson deserves his own Star Wars trilogy or not, he's getting one.
Is this news? Hi, Tony.
Hey, John, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good. Welcome back to Is This News? This is the show that we talk about media news that maybe not everyone's talking about, but we are. Rian Johnson has started production on his own Star Wars trilogy. So at one point in time, this might have been kind of exciting, but with how polarizing The Last Jedi has been, should he have gotten this franchise?
I say yes, but you know my thoughts on The Last Jedi. I absolutely loved it, outside of Canto Bight stuff. But I think that tonally what Rian Johnson did with The Last Jedi, I think that I want to see what a trilogy of his looks like. What I don't want is I don't want the comedy aspect that was forced into The Last Jedi. If we could lose that, make a trilogy that feels a little bit more tonally maybe representative of like Looper, I think that we might have a really interesting Star Wars on our hands. I think that the reason it's so polarizing is that he was using all of our characters that, we grew up with and we fell in love with and we thought we knew what was going to happen with them, and then it didn't happen. I think that as far as if you take your personal feelings from characters aside, that the Last Jedi is actually a pretty fantastically written film. A Star Wars trilogy that has no characters that we know. But yeah, it hasn't been announced what he's doing exactly, but I just want to see something that has no characters that we know of. Give him some stuff to play with. Just give him a sandbox. See what he creates.
And so we have had some kind of teasing of direction that he's going to take this film. I have some quotes that he sat down with comicbook.com. He said, and I quote, "As we got to the end of episode 8, we had a great time working with Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, and with Disney. And we kind of said, how do we keep this party going? How can we keep working together? And I kind of threw it out there like the most interesting thing to me would be to tell a new story told over 3 movies where we go someplace else and we go kind of the potential of like a wide open blue sky of let's go to a different part of the galaxy, maybe a different time. I don't know." So like you said, you do want new characters and new locations and all that, but that was what, in my opinion, some of the weakest parts of The Last Jedi. And if you guys want to hear our thoughts on The Last Jedi, you could watch our big Star Wars show down in the description linked below. However, that, the new locations was Canto Bight. The new characters was characters like Haldo, a childhood friend of Leia's, as you so eloquently stated in our last episode, with no background. So that is kind of the concerning things to me. Yes, I don't think we have to stay within the confines of the Skywalker saga. However, he has not shown anything to me that he can kind of world build and craft something within this universe that's gonna get me super excited.
Understand that, but I think that the planet of Crate is pretty amazing. Canto Bight sucked, but Crate felt like Star Wars. I think that all of the new ships and gear and all that stuff felt like Star Wars. I think all the bombers and the opening sequence felt like Star Wars. I think that Rose is a good character. I think that the character of Holdo kind of sucks, but I don't know. I feel like just because I read the Leia story that I know her character a little bit more, but yeah, I can see where your concerns lie, but I think that if he's not tied to what the production company needs out of him to like continue on with the Star Wars saga, I think that we might get something really cool.
Just want to read one more excerpt. "Let's meet some new characters and let's figure out what Star Wars means separated from some of the iconography that we've associated it with." So he definitely does seem like he does want to kind of jump away from what we know and what we love, but that word iconography that he wants to go away from, he might just say, throw out lightsabers. He might throw out, we might not see the Millennium Falcon, all that. This kind of ideas to me kind of lends itself, it would lend itself a little bit better for like a Netflix series. Like I would love to see a Star Wars, like a blood relative Star Wars series maybe, and what better time by the time that this trilogy is done, or something like a project like this has come to fruition, might be good to kick off your Disney streaming service.
Well, they've already announced the live action action Disney series, or the live action Star Wars series that they're going to be doing on the Disney streaming service. Rian Johnson's just not attached to it. So they already have that in the works. It's already coming. But also this trilogy of Rian Johnson's, we don't know that this is a theatrical trilogy. This could be released strictly to the streaming service as well. Like there's really, no news on it outside of the fact that Rian Johnson is doing it.
What do you guys think? Are you excited about the Rian Johnson new trilogy after you saw The Last Jedi? Did you guys love The Last Jedi? Like I said, you could go check out what we thought about it. But either way, you could comment down in the section below. Let's talk about, is this news? Are you guys super excited about this, or are you more hesitant about it because of what happened with The Last Jedi? You can comment down below. Please subscribe to They Said We Said, and subscribe to Rad Entertainment.
See you guys next time on Is This News?